the downfall of Doflamingo is having severe consequences across the New World. So it's been a while since I did a review of One Piece. I was hoping to do one last week, but I got a new time shift at work, so I'm trying to work through that now. No pun intended. But anyway, enough of that. The last two episodes, obviously story progression. When it comes to the news of Law and Luffy taking out Doflamingo, we do actually get to see the ramifications of that, because we've got some underground brokers who actually did deals with Doflamingo. Obviously, he'd been taken out of the equation. He can't produce weapons for these guys. Actually, there's a king, I think, that said, "Oh, we need to back down because we don't have the supplies anymore, so we can't keep this up." So Law and Luffy are pissed off a lot of people in the underground. It was kind of a recap. Kneel down and revealed the reason why he didn't take down Doflamingo, because he put a bet on the Straw Hats taking him down, because obviously he wanted to change the Shubugai system. Because obviously it wasn't working, because obviously the government's behind it. Obviously this could have a huge effect when they do fucked up shit on not only the Marines but on the system itself. So Fujitora clarifies that. The other thing is, as well, is this is on a visual Denamushi, so this is being broadcasted worldwide. So, I mean, oh man, yeah. So obviously the first part of the episode was it's kind of recap, but when you get to when we get to see Marajo and we get to see Akainu Sakazuki talk with the Gorosei, and this is an interesting part of the episode. I've already read this in the manga, but it's interesting. We actually get a bigger picture, and apparently Akainu is pissed that Doflamingo used the CP0 to cover up for the fact that when he made the when he stepped down as a Shifukai wasn't true. They put that in the newspaper, but it turned out there was deceiving everybody. Obviously, they made the Marines look like douchebags. So obviously, that's why it's a total lack of trust on the part of Akainu. So that's why he's pissed at, "Yo, don't do that again." But then the Gorosei quickly shuts him down. Like, "No, you don't have a hand in saying there's anything. You're a dog of the military." Oh man, and they pretty much. I don't know what kind of threat the Gorosei are going to be, but they have to be at least OP for them to intimidate Akainu to the point where it's like, "Oh, you don't answer to, we don't answer to you. You answer to us." And the thing about this, most interesting, is the CP0 units don't need to be commanded by the Gorosei. Tenryubito can command them at will without letting Gorosei or the world government know. They have that political power. We know Doflamingo has some type of pull over the world government. That's just one example. And then the face of Akainu, he was pissed when he heard the fact that Doflamingo was taken out by Lord Luffy. You see his, oh man. And then we get to the other parts of the New World where we get to see some of the supernovas. We do actually get to see Bonnie, and I think this is actually kind of filler, because we see her walking around. She's swiping pizza, of course, but she also saw the newspaper and she saw that Lord Luffy took out the Doflamingo. She said she was part of me about this worst generation, so that's kind of cool. And the interesting thing about this is that it looks like Capone, and this was kind of confirmed anyway. But it's just something the anime did. They actually introduced Big Mom's ship, which they did not do in. They showed him on a ship, but they didn't show the ship, and then them on Big Mom's ship. So I think the anime kind of clarified that Capone is working on the Big Mom, what we can see, because we clearly see that Drake is also working on the Kaido. So that's the thing. And the other thing we know is it looks like Aokiji / Kuzan is aligned with Blackbeard. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Obviously, the rumors is he's probably like a double agent. Maybe he's going to portray the Blackbeard pirates. Anyway, let's get the rest of this episode. Just follows through with news reaching everybody, including we get to see a Rogue, and oh man, this part of the episode really got really got to me because uh, I did not expect them to put. They didn't reveal anything, but to add that in, I did not expect that. I was like literally jumping out my skin, and I think this kind of reminds me of what they did with Sabo. You remember when they introduced him back in the anime, the episode before where they had the silhouette back at the end at the cliffhanger of the episode. That's kind of like what it reminds me of. Let me just say, people that don't read the manga, you may not know who that is. You may have been spoiled, but let me just tell you something. That dude right there is no fucking joke. So, oh man, this motherfucker's gonna cause so much chaos. It's not even funny. But and the thing about it is, I love the fact that even up in the Sky Islands, the freaking clouds, the heavens themselves tremble because this guy is walking. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's not so long to go till we get the reveal anyway. Not to spoil anything as a manga reader, but that is one big fucking deal. And the other big part of the episode, and this was also something that surprised me in the manga, but I saw seeing it in the anime now, oh my gosh. The fact that we get to see the Killer Lions, like Apu, Hawkins, and the Kid, as well as Killer eating noodles, which I also thought interesting. You see the newspaper as well that Law and Luffy took out Doflamingo, and they realize that, oh, going after Doflamingo, that must mean they're going after Emperor, and Killer mentions, oh, probably, yeah, they're going after Kaido, which is good because that's not the target we were after. We were targeting red-haired Shanks. Now, people who doesn't read the manga is like, what the fuck? Let me just tell you something. When I read the manga, I literally could not believe these guys think they can take down Shanks. That's number one. Number two is, why the fuck are they targeting Shanks? Of all the young... Yeah, that was just a well-handled episode. And then the confrontation between the tiger and the dog, Akainu and Fujitora. The verbal confrontation, we've waited to hear that voice acting in the anime for such a long time. And what Fujitora says, the reason why he didn't report this straight away to HQ is because they would have done this to cover it up. Because we do actually get a flashback to where he's talking with Smoker, and actually this is part where Smoker brings up, what happened after Alabasta, where Luffy was the one that took down Crocodile, but because the Marines tried to cover it up, make it seem like the Smoker was the one. So that's where Smoker kind of got in Fujitora's head that obviously this system needs to change, and obviously this kind of makes Akainu look like a jackass, but it's his face that makes him look like a jackass, not everybody else. So obviously Fujitora once again showing his character, showing that apologizing to the people isn't wrong. As long as we fucked up, we made a mistake, we can move on for this. And Akainu is having none of that. So bring Mugiwara and Law's head to me until then you're no longer back in Navy HQ. So I don't know, because we know, not to spoil anything, but we know Fujitora is not going to go after Luffy because he would have done that already. But, yeah. Then this episode we'll just move on to this episode of One Piece. This episode is kind of like the anime version of the episode of Sabo. We do get a lot of filler in this, but the main things that it covers that would happen in the manga was we find out the rest of the Straw Hats are stopping at Kira's place, and I kind of like the fact that we do get to see the sort of comical stuff between Bartolomeo and Cavendish. I thought that was where Cavendish was being chained up because of the fucking Harkabers, but I thought it was really good. But the info we got on Sabo, we did get the flashback of Sabo for where he got shot by Tenryubito. But the main things that we do get is the interaction with Dragon, and I'm not too sure, but maybe they actually went ahead and spoiled Dragon's ability. I'm not too sure because we see when they're on the ship, you see Ivankov, which I thought was great. We saw so many of these characters. We even saw Kuma in this, as well as Koala and Hack. But we see Dragon reappear, and it's before then you see a gust of wind, so maybe that's a hint into a dragon's devil fruit ability. So it's been learned that actually Oda had a hand in this episode. You could tell because the quality in animation and certain parts of this episode felt like Oda was supervising this, so that's something else. But the whole Sabo interaction, I love the fact when he walks through the door, the first thing he does is Zora's like, "What the fuck?" And Zora he tosses a bottle of beer to Zora. He's just like, "Yeah, we're done." I thought it was great. I mean, Robin's reaction to Sabo was fucking priceless. When has she reacted like that ever? So I'm not reading too much of that, but I prefer that more than I do Robin / Frankie. So that fuck that. Anyway, the Sabo jumps back into the flashback. Lets everybody know the fact that he indeed wants Luffy's brothers because they made the vow with these sake cups. We do get to see him recovering after being shot on the ship by Lieutenant Beto, and then we get to see him. We find out that he has amnesia. The moment he wakes up, said, "Sabo, who was that? Is that my name?" The one thing he does remember is that he doesn't want to go back to his parents. He doesn't want to go back to his hometown because that's the only thing. It's kind of like selective memory, but the fact that he doesn't remember Ace or Luffy is kind of. I don't know how to take that in the manga, but I guess you have to go along with it. Obviously, kind of just gives us perspective of why he wasn't there at Marineford to help Ace during the war, and that's kind of understandable. At the same time, it's kind of maybe it's a backhanded answer from Oda, but regardless, you take it as you will. It's kind of like go with it. And the most important thing is Sabo's training sequence. We get to see Sabo throughout the Revolutionaries actually progress, and actually he was able to fucking dodge and outmaneuver Hack at the age of 8. That is insane, and I think at the age of 12 as well, because he even went after Kuma, and then he went after Dragon, which was obviously not going to work. But no, this kid had some balls back then. And what can I say about Sabo progressing? By the age of 17, he was already able to use Haki because we see him bust open we see him go out after the enemy, and he busts open the wall, and then he Haki's up again. He uses Dragon Bow, so that is like broken. Can you imagine if Sabo would have been at Marineford? What a difference that would have made. But Haki hadn't been introduced, so I kind of get that as well. And obviously, he's dodging the attacks as well because he's using observation Haki, obviously. And it's just an episode this made Sabo a badass and even more of a better character than he already was. So, well, these 2 episodes, and obviously there's a part 2 in Sabo within the Revolutionaries. Next week it's going to be like kind of like the icing on the cake as far as the thing that triggers his memory is the fact that Ace being executed. That triggers the memories of Sabo. So, I mean, we're going to get that, but this has happened ever since the manga and ever since the fight between Doflamingo and Luffy ended in the manga. It looks like the quality in the manga picked up drastically. I feel like obviously the anime is going to do the same, but it's doing it in a different way, but it still works. And I'll stand by what I said. I'm pretty sure within a couple of episodes we're pretty overdue for a new episode and a new opening. Only because Doflamingo's in the current opening, but he's already been taken out, so I'm pretty sure we're due for a new opening. That's going to do this review. Let me know your thoughts down below. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you agreed, let me know your comments down below. If you disagreed, let me know your comments down below. And subscribe as always. Catch you guys later. Bye.